They claim it's an economic miracle, but have you seen what they are hiding? 600 million people earning less than $140 a month. Kids shivering in classrooms with no glass in the windows. And now the poverty has reached the cities. IT managers sleeping in parks, engineers begging for food. The middle class is collapsing. The moderately prosperous society is a lie. Here is the brutal truth. You're watching Decoding China, where we bring you timely analysis and grounded perspectives on today's China. A vlogger filmed children's conditions in China's poverty-stricken areas. What's the best thing you've eaten? Instant noodles. That's the best? Yeah. Is that your daily meal? No, we eat potatoes we grew ourselves. We just cook them when hungry. How old is this clothing? Quite a few years. How often do you get new clothes? On my birthday, my uncle buys me one piece. So only once a year? No socks? Aren't your feet cold? Do you get socks on your birthday too? Their staples are potatoes, buckwheat pancakes, and shredded radish. A newborn has no formula. Look at this little one. On July 1st, 2021, Xi Jinping declared China fully achieved a moderately prosperous society. But what is the situation now? Many vloggers raise doubts. Has everyone truly achieved a well-off life? 5 years have passed. How is life? National statistics show the poorest earn less than 10 yuan daily. Many still live like this. Most refuse to admit or believe it. Many people, even experts, claim we've already entered a moderately prosperous society. I ask you, what does moderately prosperous mean? To understand reality, step out of your villa and visit the countryside. For you, a vegetable meal is healthy living. For those farmers, a meat meal is a rare luxury. My name is Chen Wei. I live in Shanghai. Last month, I visited a village in Gansu. I saw kids sharing one bowl of rice. No meat, just salt. I felt ashamed of my complaints about expensive coffee. We are living in two different Chinas. Do you understand if you stay home? Without looking, where do you get the right to speak? I'll report. How many low-income people exist? Statistics show, as of 2025, 600 million people earn under 1,000 yuan monthly, with 50 million struggling on the brink of survival. Over 70 million are disabled, and 85 million have handicaps. Did you know? A 2020 CCTV news video recently went viral. It reported an impressive achievement. Sichuan and Ningxia announced yesterday that all poverty-stricken counties were lifted out of poverty. Especially in Sichuan, the last 7 counties were from Liangshan, once a main battleground in the National Poverty Alleviation campaign. This achievement wasn't easy. Happiness is earned through hard work. Their genuine efforts improved life step by step, deserving applause. Let's ask friends in Sichuan and Ningxia. Is this true? Are you happier now? Poverty is still the norm in 2025. This is a Yi ethnic child's home in 2025. Believe it? No bed. The wooden house is drafty and windows lack glass. They use discarded banners as windows. The floor is bare mud. Describing it as bare walls isn't an exaggeration. In 2020, Premier Li Keqiang disclosed that 600 million citizens earned only 1,000 yuan monthly, a statement sparking widespread discussion. Yet, months later, Xi Jinping announced a complete victory in eradicating poverty, calling it a miracle. Recently, an official article stated authorities will monitor unstable households and those at risk of returning to poverty to prevent large-scale relapses. The question remains, what is the reality of China's poverty alleviation, and what would a massive relapse look like? Some vloggers argue the poor have merely been hidden away. How many poor people remain? It's a truth no one dares to reveal. Capital, the internet, and big data craft a narrative. The world is all luxury, feasting, fine wine, fancy cars, 5-star hotels, and youth easily earning millions. But the reality? 600 million people earn under 1,000 yuan a month. Does that number shock you? These include sanitation workers, migrants, factory staff, and vendors. Their existence and contributions are erased by algorithms. We become frogs in a well, seeing only glamour. Who believes 600 million never drank coffee, or 1 billion never flew? This is the real data. On February 25, 2021, the day Xi Jinping declared the miracle victory, the Poverty Alleviation Office was renamed the National Rural Revitalization Bureau. Since 2023, leadership has pushed a strongly optimistic economic message. State media stopped mentioning poverty alleviation, focusing instead on preventing return to poverty. Authorities ramped up censorship, removing content depicting misery or damaging the government's image, effectively making poverty discussions vanish from the internet. Commentator Li Linyi argues shifting terms to rural revitalization is a political word game, not a solution. Yang Bo, a villager from Guangxi, told foreign media, "My family has always been poor. We never actually escaped it. The government doesn't help everyone. They didn't assist us. We had to beg." Yang added that aid often goes to those with connections. Many receiving assistance aren't truly poor, while those in genuine need rarely qualify. Why fight to be village leaders for a few hundred yuan? Last year, a young woman visiting a mountain village in Qinghai was stunned by the poverty. She went for leisure but left changed. "Conditions are extreme," she said. "Children wear shoes with toes sticking out. Winters are bitter, yet food and clothing are scarce. Homes lack appliances. Most villagers can't read." A government worker from Guizhou offered a similar account. "It is truly poor. Houses are bare, completely empty. It breaks your heart. Illness can easily push many back into poverty. Life is incredibly fragile." Poverty isn't just rural anymore. In big cities, unemployment and wage cuts are pushing people into hardship. Have you noticed job offers are now usually 4,000 to 5,000 yuan? Take 4,000. After deductions, it's just over 3,000. For a young couple, one salary covers expenses. The other pays the mortgage. Year after year, you realize you haven't saved anything. It feels like life is locked in place. Wages stagnate while prices rise. We used to save, now we can't. "I work 12 hours a day in Shenzhen, but I still eat instant noodles for dinner. My rent takes half my salary. People say work hard and you'll get rich, but I feel like I'm running on a treadmill. I'm exhausted, broke, and I see no way out. Am I useless? I'm in my 30s, living frugally, working hard, yet I can't afford 900 yuan rent. I work tirelessly, but in the end, not a penny is mine. Where does the money go? I don't know." Born in 1981, 45 years old, unemployed for 6 months. Today, 3 companies rejected me. Job apps only show security, delivery, or housekeeping. Days ago, I interviewed for a job paying 1,800 yuan. I thought it was outrageous and complained online. Seeing those comments silenced my complaints. This is just the reality now. Those with home loans are falling back into poverty. Let me show you my life. Every night, my husband and I have dinner like this, a cheap bottle of liquor for 20 or 30 yuan and a handful of peanuts. This is the result of spending our savings on this concrete cage. Want to buy a house? Go ahead, you will end up like me. Every month, we work to the bone just to pay the bank. My husband is over 50, still working night shifts, sometimes for 2 days straight. People ask, why so negative? Go earn money. But how do you know I haven't tried? When we bought this house, despite the high mortgage, I had great confidence. I believed that as long as I worked hard, I would be able to pay it off quickly. But what did hard work get me? I didn't make money. I spent all our remaining savings. Now we owe the bank a huge debt. Since the start of this year, it's clear the market is failing. The economy is declining sharply. Unemployment is high, and many are struggling. Debt has become a common issue. It's no longer about making good money. If you earn anything, you're lucky. This morning, a university classmate said that after working all night as a designated driver, he earned only 62 yuan. I have a degree in mechanical engineering, just like him. My parents were so proud. Now, I drive for 12 hours a day and barely cover the interest on my credit cards. The Chinese dream feels like a lie we were sold. I majored in mechanical engineering, a supposedly stable field. Yet, after 10 years, 5 or 6 classmates are now delivering food. But even that industry is dying. Whether ordering food or taking rides, there are fewer customers than before. Why? Because the people who used to order food are now out delivering it. Where is the money coming from? Across the country, everyone is complaining. Businesses are collapsing. No one can hold on. It is a complete defeat. Look at this phone shop, covered in spider webs for a year. The market is full of empty stalls. What causes this? Why is business so poor? You noticed it too, right? This year is even harder. If this is a harsh winter, next year might be worse. I've shut down all 3 production lines. No orders. In 15 years, I've never seen a market this bad. The worst December in history has arrived. Don't think it's just you. Every industry, restaurants, clothing, construction, has lost its peak season. Everyone is just waiting for the new year. But will next year really be better? Everyone just wants to save money and survive. Consumption has downgraded indefinitely. It's not just you. Nobody is making money. A vlogger warned against official narratives inciting hatred toward foreign nations. Don't always hate others. 99% of your suffering is caused by your own country. One day you will understand, but I hope you never have to. Another vlogger urged people to think clearly. Experts ask if the economy declined. Just look at the GDP, the stock market, and whether immigration numbers are rising. Is it easier or harder to leave the country? Use logic and ask questions. You will find the answer. It is better to teach someone critical thinking than to just feed them answers. Think for a moment. They claim a global recession, but is Japan, the US, or India in recession? No. You need diverse information sources. Relying on narrow sources is dangerous. Don't deceive yourself. A vlogger stated, China faces a major depression. I survived the 2008 crisis, but I never imagined this combination of financial and economic collapse we face now. It is an economic tsunami. He never expected so many businesses to collapse, pushing people to the brink. Government measures have failed completely. The streets are now filled with people begging just to survive. Boss, trade oranges for noodles? No trade. Leave. We haven't eaten all day. I see people like you often. Leave. Then can we have this fried dough stick from the trash? Take it. Boss, please give me a job with food and shelter. Hello, I am homeless. It is December 4th, 2025. I am sleeping under an overpass in Shenzhen. Where can I get free meals? I am starving. My name is Liu. Last year, I was an IT manager. I had a car and a condo. I got laid off, couldn't pay the mortgage, and the bank took everything. Now I sleep here in the park. I never thought this would happen to me. I'm invisible. Hunger keeps me awake. There are 4 others here too. Shenzhen is full of homeless people. Yet, in 2016, Foreign Minister Wang Yi claimed the CCP had led the people out of poverty. Do you understand China? We lifted 600 million out of poverty. Professor Frank Tien from the University of South Carolina-Aiken notes this claim made global headlines. The CCP praises its own leadership. However, Professor Xia insists the credit belongs to capitalist market mechanisms introduced after China joined the WTO in 2001, not the party. He notes most escaped poverty by finding jobs, but statistics are manipulated. As urban unemployment rises, millions of migrants are forced back to their rural hometowns. On November 13th, the Ministry of Agriculture held a meeting in Yunnan. Officials proposed measures to prevent a large-scale return to the countryside, fearing mass poverty relapse. Professor Xia warns that under Xi Jinping's 3rd term, China has isolated itself. The world's factory era is over. Without city jobs, migrants return home to become poor farmers again. He believes the campaign against rural migration is driven by fear that the poverty eradication narrative will collapse. As Professor Xia warned, many of the impoverished will soon strike back.